The first time I came to Las Vegas, I was 19 years old on a coming-of-age road trip with a childhood friend. Not being of age yet, it was an enjoyable but modest experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to Las Vegas!
The second time I came to Las Vegas, we partied with Carmen Electra and Pamela Anderson, married a friend on an airplane, and threw Richard Branson off the top of the Palms. If that doesn't show what this city can bring out in you, I don't think anything will. Before we dive in, we better understand what we're diving into. Las Vegas was formally founded in 1905 as a railroad town and incorporated as a city in 1911. In 1931, Nevada legalized casino gambling, loosened its divorce laws, and broke ground on the Hoover Dam, all in the same 12 months. The construction workers kept the economy alive through the Depression, and the mob kept it interesting afterwards. Bugsy Siegel opened the Flamingo in 1946, establishing both the Strip and a particular civic tradition of building something more extraordinary than the thing that came before it. For a brief period in the 1950s, Las Vegas marketed itself as the Atomic City, hosting tourists who came to watch nuclear tests on the horizon, which tells you everything you need to know about this city's relationship with spectacle. And now you know. So let's get into the good stuff. McCarran, now officially Harry Reid International, is one of the busiest airports in the US. And unlike many of its peers, it does something almost no major airport manages. It puts you inside the city almost immediately. From arrivals to casino, you're looking at 15 minutes. There are no distant suburbs to transit through, just the sudden, slightly surreal appearance of enormous hotels, gigantic spheres, and the Eiffel Tower rising from the desert. Las Vegas is more compact than its reputation might suggest, but it's also more confusing. The Strip, otherwise known as Las Vegas Boulevard South, is walkable in theory, but it's long, it's hot, and the distances between casino entrances can be deceptive simply due to the sheer size of these structures. The good news is many casinos have walkways, either underground or overground, connecting them. And failing that, some offer shuttles between family properties. The Las Vegas monorail runs parallel to the east side of the Strip from the MGM Grand at one end to the Sahara at the other, with 7 stops in between. It's relatively cheap, it's $6 a ride, pretty convenient, and it's air-conditioned, which is a godsend in this desert city. However, it does miss out several key destinations along the Strip. Many of the station entrances are at the back of casinos, which means you have a long walk to get to the front of the casino, and it completely misses out downtown and the airport. So think of it as a supplement to your feet rather than a replacement for them. The free tram systems operated by individual casino groups are genuinely useful and frankly underused by visitors. The Mandalay Bay Luxor Excalibur tram and the Bellagio City Center Park MGM connections can both be lifesavers, especially on hot days. Taxis are a good way to get around the city and cover those deceptive distances. They are plentiful, but you can only hail them from official taxi stands. You cannot hail one off the street. That is illegal for some reason. The good news is every hotel and most attractions have a taxi rank, so that solves your problem pretty easily. All Las Vegas taxis accept credit cards, but you will pay a $3 surcharge for the privilege. Uber and Lyft both operate freely here, and for anything beyond the immediate Strip corridor, they're the practical choice. Rideshare pickup zones are clearly designated at the airport and at the major properties, although often shunted to the rear or basement of each property. And lastly, you'll find the trusty old Deuce, a double-decker bus running the Strip every 10 to 15 minutes for a refreshingly reasonable $6 for 2 hours or $8 for 24. This show has a newsletter, Attaché Dispatches, and if you're not subscribed, you should be. But running it has taught me something. Email marketing sounds simple until you're actually doing it. Then it becomes surprisingly complicated, surprisingly quickly, which is why I wanted to tell you about Brevo. It's an all-in-one platform. Email campaigns, automation, SMS, CRM. And the reason it keeps coming up when I talk to small businesses and fellow creators is that you don't need to be a technical expert to use it, which is fantastic news for the less technical creator like me. You can build automated workflows, segment your audience, see what's working all in one place rather than juggling 5 different subscriptions to 5 different platforms. There is a genuinely free plan to get you started, but if you use code Attaché50 or click on the link in the description below, you will get 50% off their starter or standard plans if you're a new paying customer. If you're building something and email is part of how you talk to your audience, and it should be, then click on the link below and start using Brevo today. In the last 2 decades, Las Vegas has become one of the greatest culinary cities on Earth. I mean, the economics make sense. You have 40 million people coming here a year, many of whom are willing to spend a lot of money to eat really well. So it makes sense for restaurateurs, restaurant groups, and chefs to plant their flags here. As a result, you have a concentration of cooking talent, culinary talent, restaurant talent that rivals and in some categories exceeds cities with far greater culinary reputations. Yes, the buffets are impressive and overwhelming, and yes, you can eat at the restaurant of every celebrity chef that has ever existed, some of whom don't deserve to have restaurants. But let's not forget, Vegas is so much more than the Strip and its glitz. It is a living, breathing, working, eating city that is home to over 2 million people from all walks of life. And over 30% of those people are of Latin and Hispanic heritage, which means you get phenomenal food from those cultures. Can I get one taco with everything, please? Like these. Tacos. Tacos El Gordo is a Tijuana-style taco shop that is almost like a production line here in Las Vegas. They have 4 shops. This one on the Strip is by far the busiest and biggest. What makes a Tijuana-style taco? Well, it's primarily because of the heat source. A lot of other Mexican protein is fried on a griddle. This is grilled using mesquite charcoal, so it gets a beautiful smoky flavor on whatever it is you have in your taco. I have adobado, which is a little bit like, well, it's very similar to al pastor, except it's on a spit. It's got the pineapple on the top, except it's using that beautiful mesquite heat to give that smoky flavor to everything it does. I come to this place every single time I come to Vegas. They're some of the best tacos I've ever had in my life. And you'll find great Mexican food across Las Vegas because there's so many people from that country in this city. And it means I get to eat all of these. The cilantro, chopped onions, that beautiful crispy smoky pork with a little tiny bit of citrus from the pineapple, which caramelizes down onto the spit. Absolutely glorious. Tijuana-style tacos really are something you will struggle to find outside of Mexico, maybe Southern California. So having them so readily available here in Las Vegas is a real treat. It would be a huge mistake to confine your Las Vegas experience exclusively to the Strip and its immediate vicinity. There is so much more to this city, and if you venture just a couple of miles, a few minutes in any direction from the Strip, you will find wonderful little neighborhoods like this, the Arts District, that are absolutely worthy of your time and are just as much a part of Las Vegas as the Strip is. And a big part of the Arts District is local favorite Esther's Kitchen, a neighborhood institution serving seasonal Italian and Italian-inspired dishes. And boy, did they put on a show for us. Tuna crudo with yuzu and oro blanco, Spanish octopus with squid ink aioli, incredible pastas, perfect breads, fresh seasonal salads, and insane desserts. Clever, creative dishes served in a warm and welcoming neighborhood. Finally, what trip to Sin City would be complete without a steak? And we had it on good authority that the new kid on the block, High Stakes atop the Rio, was the place to be. And this place is worth more than the view, and that is saying something. It is extremely rare to find a steak that makes me this happy. Sure, Vegas is famous for its excess, and we had our fair share of it in the countless, generous plates during our brief visit. But that's the paradox of Vegas. Yes, it is excess, but it's not always at the expense of quality. Be lucky enough to find the right places, like we did, and you will be rewarded with quality in abundance. Vegas is in the US, so fairly obviously it uses the US dollar. Vegas, at least on paper, is a very cash-centric city. There are ATMs everywhere, placed with great strategic care to maximize their usage. And while many places will accept credit cards, the process here is still really faffy, and you're gonna need cash anyway because of my least favorite topic, tipping. Strap in, this is gonna take a minute. Tipping in Vegas is not negotiable, more so than anywhere else in the US. Here's why. Service workers in Vegas have taxes deducted from their pay on the assumption that they are going to be tipped. They are effectively pre-taxed on your generosity. It's a dumb system, I agree, but it is not the fault of your bartender or hotel housekeeper, so bear that in mind when you're signing your bill. Here's the cheat sheet. Tip anyone that helps you with your bags, anyone that serves you food or drink, table game dealers, hotel housekeepers, and drivers. Anything beyond that is up to you. One nasty financial surprise, relatively unique to Las Vegas, deserves a mention: the resort fee. Almost every major hotel tacks on a nightly charge, anywhere from $10 to $70 onto your bill at check-in, ostensibly covering pool access, Wi-Fi, and gym use. It will not be waived. It is not negotiable, and it almost certainly will not have been included in whatever headline rate drew you in the first place. So brace yourself. Is Las Vegas an expensive city? Well, to be honest, it's as expensive as you choose to make it. Budget accommodation exists, there are cheap food and drink options as long as you're not on the strip, and walking doesn't cost anything. But we are in Las Vegas, so the ceiling on costs is basically unlimited. We've all seen The Hangover. Anyway, on that note, let's do the rundown. A cup of coffee will cost you around $5. A pint of beautiful local beer will cost you just $3 if you're here. If you go down to the strip, expect to pay 4 times as much. And for the most reliable indicator of a nation's cost, the good old Big Mac, you're gonna pay $7.29. I've always bristled slightly when people dismiss Las Vegas out of hand because it's garish or grotesque or over the top. Of course it's those things, it's obviously those things, but it's not only those things. And to think like that takes this place at face value, which is missing the point of somewhere like Las Vegas entirely. It also reduces this entire city, all 1,500 diverse, bizarre, interesting square miles of it, to a sliver of its total area, the Strip. Most visitors to Las Vegas have neither the time nor the inclination to escape the gravitational pull of the sphere and explore Las Vegas beyond the Eiffel Tower, Imperial Rome, and the Manhattan skyline. And I get it. It is undeniably an utterly unique spectacle that needs to be seen and experienced at least once. But visiting Las Vegas and only experiencing the Strip, while fascinating and exciting and overwhelming as it is, does this city and your time here a disservice. So by all means, take in the glitz and the gaud, but make sure you glance past them too, because the rest of Las Vegas in all its glory is waiting for you.